Let me know if I...
It's Mark Husson's Astrology Hour. Time for you to expect something wonderful.
Yes, clear that throat and get ready. Hey everybody, it's Mark. This is Mark's Astrology Hour. It is 9 a.m. Mountain Time. It's 8 a.m. Pacific. It's 11 a.m. on the East Coast, and it's whatever time it is where you are. How you doing? It's good to see you. I feel so good being here. Welcome to everybody that's in the chat room on the live stream. Thank you so much for coming. It's so sweet that you want to actually visually see what's happening. I was going to say see me, but you know. I had quite a morning. It's a Virgo moon day. I can feel it. I was like, there's so many little things that were bugging me that I wanted to fix, and I couldn't do all of them. So I finally just settled down, took my shower, got refreshed, and couldn't wait to come and see you guys. How are you all doing? Let me say hi to the chat room really quick. If you're new, if you're listening in live, then basically you can listen at 12radio.com. You can use the app. It's 12radio.com app. You can come over to YouTube, and it's youtube.com/@MHAstrology. It's easy, @MHAstrology. You can do it. And click the live. Look for live. You can figure it out. Or get on the mailing list at 12house.com. The growing popularity with YouTube and my staff, who I am just trying to struggle with getting them on. It is like herding cats, as you all might know. They're amazing. They're talented. They're very, very sweet. And they get nervous about going live. And I understand it because it's not live. It's the visual live that makes them nervous. Otherwise, they're really ready to talk to you about anything, anywhere, anytime. But, you know, it's a little intimidating. And once you cross that river, once you walk through that invisible curtain, I always see it as a curtain made of bricks, not made of bricks, but imagine a curtain printed with bricks, right? The pattern is brick pattern. And it looks like this wall that you can't go through, and then you go through it. And it's like, wow, it's like, it is what it is. It's like, you kind of like get over all the fears. They're behind you. And we do it. This is who we are. This is what we do. This is the media age. We're late to the game because, YouTube didn't make it so easy. YouTube has made it easy. So now we have Peggy of Oh My Angels, Drew Ann Visions, Kat, Serena, Ginger. I mean, the list is crazy. Sahar, they're coming, and they're coming to a YouTube near you. So all I ask that you guys do, please, those of you that are friendly to us, follow them, subscribe. When you subscribe, it doesn't do anything. It doesn't alert you every time we put something up. Subscribe shows interest, shows friendship to YouTube. Now, we're not kissing YouTube's butt, but we are. Think about this. I used to have to pay if somebody searched for astrology against the millions and millions and millions of other people paying for it, and corporations largely. And so we would maybe or maybe not show up, or the psychic hotline ones who listen. And now I don't have to do that. YouTube says we have AI that will find out what you're doing and show it of interest to people. So some of these people put up shorts yesterday. I put up a short. You all see my shorts, a lot of you. But the people who have never done this before put up a short of their little doggy or a little message, 1,000 views in a day. You couldn't pay for that, and it's free. That's why we're doing this, you guys. I want you to understand it. So thank you for joining me. I'm going to say hi to the chat room here in just a second. I want to make sure that you know exactly how to listen and how to get here. But go to youtube.com/@MHAstrology. That's my address. And go to the live stream and let me say hi to you. Now, I'm looking down at the room. I have it in front of me. I have this little monitor set up where I have a little mini monitor in front of me that has all you guys on it, where I see truly, thank you. I saw a picture of you. You're just beautiful. And I don't use Facebook for anything. So if I don't mention somebody's, it's just that you can see the spirit in you guys when I look. So thanks for posting that. It was very sweet. And it takes I mean, to me, Facebook was like, it took courage. Every time I was like, I got to change my profile image. And every time I did, it would be like blasted to the world. And you're like, no. And people are commenting on it like, quit. But so anyway, I saw that and it reminded me how brave and courageous it is that we show up and be who we are. So thank you. And thank you, Gypsy, for being here. And Life Journeys with Serena. Who is that? Possibly. That's Serena. Serena has been a young and brave pioneer. And I think that goes synonymous, young and brave. She's just diving in, right? She's doing the YouTube thing. She's helping those who are scared to do it. And she's really got creative Sagittarian ways of getting people out there. Her mother's on there. Yeah, I'm like, I'll keep that for a minute because I want to, I know that we don't talk about personal family stuff and stuff, but I wanted to at least give a shout out. Let me move on. Lynn, thank you for being here. Hi, Quelly, thank you for being here. And D, thank you for being here. Ann, it's great to see you too. Thanks for coming. Terry, thank you. You need balloons floating in the background. Oh, let me take care of that, Terry. Hold on. That's confetti. Wait a minute. This is fireworks. What's balloons? There's a balloon one. I'll figure it out. I got fireworks. Does that work? Hi, Laura. Thanks for being here. It feels like the energy is a bit more positive right now. What could that be? Shelly, thank you for coming. Excuse me. Let me take a sip of water. Okay. Yeah, that's the stuff that you can't hide when you're on video. Or I could, but whatever. Give me a minute. It'll come around. K Dragon's in the house. Thanks, K. Does everybody, when you hear people do that, do you like want to clear your throat too? Like, I can't stand when people do that. And I think about the newscasters every single day. What happens? Like, you can't just mute your mic and do this big clear. You have to sort of fight through it. But luckily, I'm with friends, so I don't have to worry too much about it. K Dragon's in the house. K's an advisor over at 12 Listen. House of Pool. Oh, that's Sahar. Hey, Sahar. I love it. You got to meet Sahar. She's going to be coming to YouTube. She's going to be coming to YouTube soon if she hasn't already. I think I just got her link. If you guys have links and you work at the 12 Listen, or even if you don't, you want to share your link to YouTube, put it in this room. And I'm asking everybody, please subscribe. Please subscribe. And you hear that all the time, and I'm never going to put that in my message on, like when I do a live stream or a recorded show. I'm not going to say, take a minute and let's subscribe. Once we explain the importance of it, you all do that on your own. You don't need to be nagged into it. But I just wanted to explain the importance of it. Patricia, thank you for coming. Sarah, hi. Welcome. Hey, Renee, thanks for being here. Pamela Snow's in the house. I know those special effects are fun. I got to figure out the balloon one, though. Terry's got me all like, what would make a balloon? It's 2 thumbs up is confetti. Wait a minute. What are 2 peace signs? Hold on. What's peace? Does that do anything? No, it's thumbs up. Thumbs down. Oh, watch thumbs down. Y'all gotta watch thumbs down. Okay. Let's talk astrology. It's all I know, really. It's all I know. But look at this screen, you guys. I figured out something really big. I can zoom in on the screen and it works. And I'm so happy. Watch this. Oh, wait a minute. You're gonna do it, right? Hold on. Let me do this. Okay, that's background. Screen capture background. Oh, no. No. I know I can do this. Hold on. Let me hang on 1 second. Big monitor. I just practiced this. I just practiced it. Hold on. Ain't that something? Okay. Hold on. Oh, this is it. Okay, let me restart the capture. Here, I got it. I got this. Yes. Okay, there it is. I knew I could do it. All right. So check this out. This is the chart on June 5th, right? So look, I can zoom down in and show you Venus is at 0 degrees stars. I love this. I love it. Okay. So those of you that can't see this, I'm just zooming in on a chart with Venus is at the very bottom of the chart. Venus is at the 6 o'clock position. And it's at 0 degrees Taurus. And that's like the moment that it goes in. So look at this. This is June 5th. Today's the 2nd. So on June 5th at 9:43 p.m., Venus enters Taurus. Why is that important? Well, it's important because in today and tomorrow, Venus is going to be in Aries, at the last degrees of Aries. And I'm going to bring that chart up for us too. Just a second. Now I'll bring this one to number 1. Now this is today, this very moment. So now I'm changing the chart to the very moment. And at this very moment, you can see the moon is in Virgo, which it is, just went into Virgo. And you can see that Venus up here, and I'll zoom in on that, is at 26 degrees of Aries. Look what it's next to, Chiron. That is one of the big ones that we talked about a couple of weeks ago, that when Venus visits Chiron, and it's only 1 degree away, like today works and yesterday really works, you get to establish relationships here. You could launch businesses here. You could do something to really, really create magnificent success right here. And it's not even done yet. So, but this was the day we were waiting for. And today is it. And yesterday was it. And tomorrow will be it. So that's big. But also what I want you to notice is that Venus is at 26 today. It will be at 27 Tuesday. And then on Thursday is when it changes it to 0. So as we get to these last degrees of Venus in Aries, there's going to be this kind of intensity growing. Why? Because Venus is at the very end of the warrior sign. And when you the higher the degrees you get, okay, okay, I'm going to put this together. Hold on one second. Big me. I have little lists. There's small me and big chart. Let me see what that is. Okay. Is that right now? It still scrolls forward. Okay, hold on. See this. I haven't looked at these in a minute, so we'll get this back. All right. So let's get back to the chart. I'll worry about the me being on with it in a minute, because there is one where it's both me and the chart, and I'll get there. We'll get there. But for right now, let's take a look at this up and coming event. Okay, so there's a couple things I wanted to show you. Look at this. This is Saturn at 0 Aries. This is Neptune at 1 Aries. That's basically, if you're born with that, you were born with these in your chart, would be considered a conjunction, or they would be one in one house. They would define you in a big way. And if you're born with the planet of duty and responsibility, with the planet of open compassion and empathy together, guess what this creates, and what you people who have this in your chart have? It's crazy compassion, but also it's crazy guilt. This is where these people feel kind of responsible and for a lot of what goes on. And depending on where it lands in your chart, this placement here, if you're living with it in your chart, it's a placement of great compassion. It's also a placement, I know this is somebody that you could easily manipulate with guilt. So if you have a child with this, don't use guilt as your tactic, because they already feel the burden, like things are their fault. It's really important that we understand that. So that placement is in the sky right now. Now, as a placement or a transit in your natal chart, it has the power to give this Neptune, since Neptune is the furthest one out, it's influencing the Saturn, making the Saturn a little more Piscean. It's the capacity for great compassion. And that is a big thing that's happening in the world right now. Like, I think we're flipping. I think things are going to change here, where we're seeing a world of awareness. Now, we just had a terrible event happen in Boulder. And I think that kind of stuff is going to start sparking. I think it's the stuff that starts turning things on its head and starts sparking an awareness that has needed to happen. Now, let me just see something real quick. I need to fix this so I can appear with my chart. Okay, now this is up here. 1 second here, okay? I'm going to fix this while we're talking so I can have this working and not work. There it is. There. That's all it took. All right. See, you learn how to fix stuff in real time. Don't get crazy. So basically, this chart, and then I can still scroll. Oh, look at this. I can still move and zoom. I've got this stuff down, you guys. It's crazy. Okay, I'm going to check the room here in a minute, too. So this is really important, this Neptune-Saturn, and it's not going to go away anytime soon. Okay, so that means basically, and I'm stuck here, too, until I unzoom it. I can't leave. There's a couple things I need to click on to be able to leave. But this one, I'm telling you, Saturn and Neptune together in the world is bringing an awareness. It's been long overdue, and you're going to start seeing things shift. I think in that realm really quickly. Okay, I want to go through. Also, I'm going to talk a little bit about what this change of Venus means. But right now, I want you to understand there's 4 planets in Aries. There's still an aggressive energy in the world. Now, that moon in Virgo, what I love about this moon in Virgo is basically talking to us about it's keeping the Earth grounded. It's like the single fan of Earth in the sky, keeping us a little grounded. The other thing we have in Earth is Uranus up here, Uranus in Taurus. That's the farthest thing from Earth that there is. That's not anything to do with Earth. But the Virgo is keeping us a little bit grounded. And let's take a look at each one of these aspects and talk about them, how they're affecting us, and then how you can anticipate this change that's coming up, this Venus going into Taurus. Because this is, it is kind of huge, you guys, because we need more Earth, and Venus has been sort of aggrandizing this sort of like Aries fighter energy, okay, which is fine. We need what's out there. We need to use it. And Mars has been trining it, so there's been a lot of good inspirational things. Like, it's mostly the use of fire in a way that's been inspiring. Some of it for you all has been scary, and maybe you're feeling, I've seen a big change in people. And I've also noticed something. The louder you are about your convictions, see if you think this is a good rule of thumb. The louder you are about your convictions, the less you are convinced of them yourself. Ooh! You think? Think about it. That's Venus in Aries to me, and that's Mars trining it. If you are screaming your point to me, then basically you don't get your point, and you need me to get it to validate you. And I'm telling you, I know that one personally. So now we're in the cycle of Gemini. If you look at this cycle here, the sun is moving forward. It's going to be touching Mercury and the sun today. They already met, so they're going to be re-meeting for the Mercury retrograde. They did their conjunction. Mercury moves a lot faster than the sun, so Mercury already, see, look, it's at 16 and the sun's at 12. Maybe you'll start understanding some of this when you see it visually. But this 16 degrees is tomorrow. It'll be at 17. Tomorrow, a day after, it'll be at 18. Whatever. But 4 days ago, it was at 12. The sun is just going to be. The sun's going to be 1 degree a day too, but Mercury's going to be sometimes 2, sometimes 3. Okay. So if I move this chart forward, you'll see Mercury just flying by the sun, which it just did. And guess where it's going to land? On this Jupiter, and the sun's going to come up and land on that Jupiter too. There will be a moment in time where we get to see all these 2 planets here next to Jupiter. And Jupiter is that planet. We consider it the lucky planet, and it can really be. But if you have anything in your chart on the outside wheel or in the inside wheel at 28 degrees of Gemini or Libra or Aquarius, That's like a sweet, you're having a good time right now. And if you're not having a good time, then you're clearing out the shit. Okay, for real. Let's check the room. Erica, I'm trying to put a special one card reading on a YouTube short for one to the upload is happening. Erica, yay! See you guys, Erica. I didn't even mention Erica's. Erica's another one, and that has the YouTube page happening, and she's just put up a card reading on her YouTube short. So, Erica, you got to put the link, the address up. I'll try to find it before we leave, but I went to YouTube and typed in Erica Long, Longdon, like it's London with a G. And so she came up. And if you go to her page, subscribe to it, and then look for the shorts, she did a reading. That's brilliant. Hey, Mark, my first time on YouTube with you. Anne-Marie, thank you. Been following you since A-House. You're so sweet. Thank you. I so appreciate you being here, Anne-Marie. That's so kind. It took a minute to get past the thing about my face for radio, but I'm like, whatever. This is me, baby. We got this, right? Thank you. Lynn found Erica's short. Lynn, you gonna link it for us? Thank you. You're amazing. Thank you. Okay, let's see. Anybody else I'm missing real quick, you guys? I know you all don't like me to, some people don't like me to just break my train of thought and jump into the chat room, and I apologize for that. But here's the thing. I want us to talk a little bit about, okay, so if you've been feeling feisty, you're dealing with this last of fire that's happening. Venus and Mars are trine, so it's been good. There's been some inspiration. And this new thing you're going to launch today, Erica just launched a reading today. Erica, all of the people that did shorts this weekend, all of you, my team that put together your YouTube shorts, you did it under this transit. You understand that, right? That's why I'm pushing everybody else. Get your shit up. You can't believe the excuses I hear that go dumb to me. I don't care anymore. I don't hear them. I just like, what? I can't help it. I mean, I pushed through it. I pushed through this, and people are like, well, you can do it. People don't know the blood, sweat, and tears I did to go on this thing. The embarrassment. You all saw me on my first day. God bless you. You saw me on my first day struggling, scared to death. And then all of a sudden that thing happens where it's like, this old hat. I'm ready for 3-dimensional hologram communication. Okay. Let's talk a little more about what's up and coming, because I want y'all to be, ready. Okay. When Venus enters Taurus, it will be in its home. It will be at home. And if you are a Taurus, you can take a minute and appreciate what you've been through. Because, every Taurus you all know has been dealing with Uranus in Taurus. Don't tell me you know a Taurus that didn't go through some kind of major shift in the past 3 years, 4 years. Don't tell me you know one, because I don't know one. Not a single Taurus that didn't go through a major shift. You hearing that? I mean, that's kind of extraordinary. And if you're a Taurus that goes, well, I haven't, I could probably bet that your birthday is late May, like in the 20s or 19, 20, 18, something like that, because it's coming. I mean it. Or it happened 7 years ago and you just didn't realize how big it was, because then it happened when Uranus went there. But all you Tauruses shifted. Who's next? It's at 28 Taurus. Who's next after Taurus? You know who it is. Gemini, you all getting ready. Jupiter's prepping you. That's why I'm like, I don't know why y'all are wasting any time not doing the things you love. I have a Gemini friend I talked to this weekend, and he is like, he moved his office. He said, I did it. I took the leap. I moved my office home. And he goes, I'm so scared. And then last time I talked to him, he said, I've never been more happy. I'm like, that's pretty amazing. So Geminis, get ready. How do you get ready? Start looking at your life. What's your passion? Tap in. That's all it is. We all need to do that. But if you're an air sign right now, your time is coming. Now, right now, we have Venus going into Taurus. So all you Tauruses, get yourself some flowers. Freshen up some things a little bit. Y'all been through it. It's going to have 30 days where people are going to love on you. I miss those days. No, it's coming. Wherever your Venus is too, that's you get that too. Wherever your Venus is, if you have Venus in Taurus, you're having a Venus return. If you have Mars in Taurus, that's some sexy stuff. But you'll probably be ready to change something, to take some action towards something. If you are an Earth sign, if you're a Virgo, if you're a Taurus or a Capricorn, Venus is ready to sort of give you some smooth help, friendship help along the way. So this is exciting, okay? Right now, we're still in the inspiration time period. Mars is in Leo. That Mars in Leo is nothing to sneeze at either. It's really doing its number. It's trining all that stuff in fire for sure. And if you have anything fixed, if you're a Scorpio, like if you're a Scorpio, like late degree Scorpio, like 21, something like that, you're sort of fighting it. I know Scorpios right now that are fighting it a little bit. They feel like they're swimming upstream. And that's okay. They need to, I think if you're a Scorpio now, you need to see, are you being overly stubborn? And they don't like to look at any of that. None of the fixed signs do. Fixed signs are so stubborn. There's a reason they call them fixed signs. I have enough fixity in me. I see when it happens. I see it. And I can also see when it goes away for a minute and I let some other information in, which I have been doing, and it's been wonderful. Like free at last, free from the own prison that I did. Are you guys doing that? Because you got to look at it a little bit. Yeah, Moon in Taurus. Wait a minute. Oh, Moon. Yeah, if you got a Moon in Taurus and Venus coming there, not only loving feelings, it's beautiful, but your needs, the feeling that your needs, that needs in Taurus for stability, that need for comfort, that need for I know something is permanent, you get it reinforced. So yeah, more loving feelings. You already are a loving feeling person for real, but to have Venus there is sort of saying those needs are going to be taken care of. The things you've been wanting. This is where make wishes, make things happen in that way. But today's the last moment, I think today, where we get that Venus Chiron thing happening. You want that in your natal chart. If you're going to start something, start it today. Even tomorrow might be okay, but today is a good day. Launch it. Just do it, okay? Stubborn Scorpio here. I know. You guys, I have 3 planets in Scorpio. I get stubborn Scorpio. And it's not, stubborn's a word that says, well, you're not going to easily move the position here. Like with Tauruses, you got to drop the bomb and walk away. Like, well, if it were me, this is what I would do. But I get it. You're going to relax. Take your time. I don't blame you, and walk away. Because it gets in. You think about it. Because what fixed signs have to do is stop you from pushing them. But get that information into them. And then it sort of sinks in like, cool. And then they come up, and then you know what fixed signs are notorious to do? Look at you and go, I had this great idea, and I followed it. Took full credit for it, even though you're the one that brought it to them. That's okay. That's okay. Because we don't need credit. We just need you to shift however it comes. You get used to it. I've gotten so used to it. You know how many friends I have with Mars and Leo? Woo! Lord. Mars and Leo is one that's like, you need to strip your identity around them and just sort of like let them, you do. It's crazy. And they're having a field day right now. But the more you observe somebody having stuff like this, the easier it is to get what you need from them. If you get your ego out of the way, you can have anything you need from them. So some signs, a little drop of flattery doesn't hurt, but you got to mean it. You can't just be thrown out like you're like, don't mean a word of it. Little recognition helps. Sometimes it just sort of, the number one person who works for me does not know I'm on the radio. It's okay. It's okay. Y'all, and you all know, I don't go back and scream. I have a temper, I do, but not a horse. It's not like off the handle temper. I'm a grand trine in water, 7 planets in water that are all commingling. So I feel guilty. Like I'm the guy that if you gave a gun and said, if an intruder came in your house, you have to shoot him. I'd be like, after I thought about every possible scenario of why this may not be an intruder, if they're in front of me. So, it doesn't do me any good. But this, oh yes. Okay. So thank you, Terry, for welcoming people. Yeah, you guys, please. Linda from New Zealand. Linda, I didn't see that. Terry, thank you. I need that. I need y'all to direct my attention there. Thank you, New Zealand. Woohoo! Love that. Okay. That's crazy. Kiwi comes to mind. All right. Let's talk a little more about, well, I got to finish this. I go all over the place. I know you all know I go all over the place. This is called tangential. This is called ADHD sometimes. But it's also like, okay, now you're watching, so it makes it worse. And people are like, why don't you live stream more? And it's like, because I'm paying attention to you and I lose my train of thought. On the radio, I don't have to think about y'all. I don't have to, like the chat room maybe for a minute, but I don't have to worry about everything else. So you've been great. Thank you for understanding. Okay. Make myself laugh. Make myself sick sometimes. Okay. Now, what I wanted you to get prepared for, okay, we got you prepared for Venus going into Taurus. And guess what else is changing this weekend? See, I got my little cheat sheet that John makes me. Can y'all see this now? Yeah, look at this little cheat sheet. This is for the Power Peak. If you don't know the Power Peak, markhusson.com. The word is Venus this week, lowercase to get in. C.A. Brooks writes every single day. She translates every single day into English so you can understand it, what's happening astrologically. Who does that? And for free. Really? For free. All we're asking is that you get on the mailing list. Just get on the mailing list, because then at least that shows me viability. That shows YouTube that we actually have people who care about us. Every time I get an unsubscribe, I'm like, you know what? Why? And then I realize, whatever. Some people don't even know they've unsubscribed. This Sunday, so I'll be here next week. That day, like yesterday, I'll be able to say Mercury is going to go into Cancer. It will have shifted into Cancer next week. So this is the last week of Mercury in Gemini. That's how fast that thing's moving. And the sun's not even close to that yet. So Mercury is flying by. So I need to find out, and I'm going to show you on this chart, when Mercury is going to hit Jupiter. I got that thing again in my throat. I'm sorry. So Sunday, of course, that makes sense. Jupiter, look at this. Mercury is going to be at 29 Gemini. Jupiter's at 29 Gemini. They're going to be together right before Jupiter and Mercury leave. So let's see when, keep an eye on that chart, and let's see when Jupiter comes into Cancer on June 10th next week. I didn't even know that. So Geminis, this is it for Jupiter in Gemini for a minute. I think it might retrograde. I can tell you real quick. I have my trusty little book. And it's the year 2025. And yeah, Jupiter stays in the Cancer. Let's see. When do you go back? Oh my gosh. Into Cancer. Does it ever go back? Oh my gosh, you guys, it doesn't. I am shocked. That thing is flying. That's too fast. How am I going to have Cancer revel in you for an entire year? This is it for Jupiter and Gemini, you guys. But don't think like, oh, if you're a Gemini, you missed your opportunity. You didn't. It just got planted. The seed got planted. And now wherever Jupiter was, any planet that hits those points that are big to you, like Geminis, those are going to be activated points. So we're going to look for things like Mars and Mercury and Venus to hit these Gemini points. So your luck is far from over, but you had a year of expansion and growth. I hope you get to look back and see how. And I hope it was more than, I hope you're able to see it. Because I know John always says he doesn't feel Jupiter transits, but when we take a minute back and look at his attitude, his mood, the way he handles things, it all was subtle but very powerful and very different. Okay, let me see how y'all are doing. Gwen, 29 degree Taurus. That 29 degrees, man. That's a powerful degree. That's where everything is, the power of that moon. So Venus coming in that in about a month, you're going to love it. Mercury and Jupiter going to Cancer Sunday. Terry's up right ahead of me. Jupiter loves Cancer. So does God. I'm so happy. No, I'm teasing. Okay, Anne, use that Virgo moon to focus yourself. I know. There's too much. I only do this once a week, and I feel like there's too much. All right, I'm using the Virgo moon to focus myself. Thank you. I will. Let's get back on track. Damn it. Jeez. All right. That was good, though. Look at that, Jupiter. It's changing. So this is our week. This is it. So now if you look, also, Saturn and Neptune's pulling away a little bit because Saturn's going to go retrograde. So those two haven't exactly hit exact yet. We're going to see that at some point. So let's get a flavor for the entire, this whole cycle. Let me get back here. We're going backwards now in time. June, today's the 2nd, so we'll go back to the 2nd. This is today. Yep, there's our good old Virgo moon. This is what I want you to pay most attention to in your chart. So on the outside wheel, and I'm going to show you a close-up of this, look for the Gemini sign on your outside wheel. There's a good chance, this says 0 Gemini here, so anything in Gemini is going to be in the next house, counterclockwise. Everything goes counterclockwise when you're putting planets in there. So you find your wheel, right? And then I'll move this forward just for the fun of it so you can see if it was somewhere different. Oh, I think we need to do it by the hour. Yeah. Okay, so let's say your Gemini is down here, and this is 3. Every planet in Gemini is going to be in the house counterclockwise to it. So in your chart, look for here. Look at the number that has a degree sign next to it. Look for that number, not this big number. Those are minutes. The smaller number only goes up to 29 with a little degree sign next to it. If this is 3 and it's on this line right here, counterclockwise, everything falls into the next couple houses. There's Gemini here too, so that's why these are over here. Your chart may have that. You just have to, if this is 28 and this is 27, it goes here. Just counterclockwise, and it tells you what house those planets land in. And that's all. That means that's the activity. And let's just take a look. If you are a Gemini rising, and I'll make Gemini the rising here just for fun. We're just messing around. We're just throwing planets around. If you're a Gemini rising like here, basically all of these planets, you're starting to feel like you're coming out a little bit. Now, you might have felt, if you're a Gemini rising, that you've been quiet. Okay, that's because this sun is in the 12th. It hasn't come out yet. So when it comes out, you'll feel it. And that's basically how you work that. I'm not going to go through every sign. We don't have time to do that. But I can tell you that if you learn how to put planets in your chart, and every week I should quiz you. I should quiz you every week. Where does this land in your own personal chart? Because I think that would help you understand a little more about where to put things and how your life is. Some of us really want to hear the forecast. Okay. Jeez. Anne. Okay. What forecast, Anne? Like on your, just in general? Okay, let me give you the weekly forecast ahead, what I think is happening. We're going to have the change from Venus in Aries into Taurus. So there's going to be a shift a bit, feeling a little more grounded, feeling a little more about culinary delights. You know, the word restaurant, Taurus is in there in the middle of the word restaurant. We're going to feel a little more earthbound and a little more content. I think that's going to happen. This restlessness that's in the air that I sort of reflect sometimes, that's all the fire in the air. And so I'm talking to people that have all these ideas. They want to move to Italy. They want to move to New York. They want to move to, some people want to move, like that I've heard, South Carolina. All that energy is this fiery energy that's in the air right now, along with Gemini. So there's a lot of that buzz, okay? As we get into the week, and we're seeing these planets are shifting into Cancer and into Taurus, we're getting a little more grounded and a little more, or we'll get a little more connected. a little more into our gardens, hopefully, because that's kind of why this is so edgy right now. There's a certain kind of look at this chart. If you go individually to this chart, there's 4 planets in air. That's Pluto. That's Jupiter, Mercury, the Sun. There's 4 planets in fire. Look at this. 1 planet in Earth that matters. And there's no water. Not a drop. A North Node in Pisces. Not a drop of water. So Terry's saying generally easy week. Take it easy. Take it in. Terry, I should just have you come do the forecast. Mars-Uranus square on June 13th. That's next week, right? So that's this Mars as it gets deeper into the sign of Leo. 21, it's going to be closer to 28, and those two are going to fight. And Mars-Uranus fights are usually like hot-headed, all right? And we can tell you, Terry said the 10th. That's the 13th, Terry? Terry said the 13th. I'll be talking to you next week before that time period. So you don't have anything to worry about this week. Hey, Kelly, welcome. You don't have anything to worry about this week in terms of that sort of erraticness. I think the big thing this week is the Venus shift into Earth. If you could do something today with that Venus Chiron conjunction, like, you know what you could do? Heal a relationship, start a business, launch something on YouTube, do something on Facebook, announce something that you really would like to do, ask for a raise, start a journal entry, do something that sort of gets you that it can bring you a gift later. It's kind of fun. Otherwise, basically this week, yeah, it's kind of easy peasy. If you see this sheet, you'll see that it's just simple little things like the moon changing signs. It's a Virgo moon now. That's going to go into Libra Thursday. Well, actually Wednesday. And then it goes into Scorpio for the Scorpio weekend. So we're not going to see much water around. So try to be compassionate. Try to find yourself a little bit of music time. Like you got to fill in your water zone. Some compassion. Hi, Drew Ann. Thanks for being here. Anne asked a question. Do you say the planets move counterclockwise? So yeah, here's the deal. If you watch me move forward on this chart, I'm going to make the big chart. Thanks for coming here, Drew Ann. Check out Drew Ann's. It's youtube.com at Drew Ann, Drueann, Visions, plural. And you'll see her new YouTube channel. So let's go to the big monitor. I'm going to show you this and how the planets move in the chart. So let me just magnify this a little bit. And we go forward. And you'll see, keep an eye here of the rising sign here, right? There's Virgo. It's coming. They're going clockwise on the outside, right? And the planets are going counterclockwise. You can see them coming down this way. So when you're going to put in the planets in your chart, like here's Scorpio right here, right? 22. If I told you that the moon was going to be at 26 Scorpio, which house would you put it in? Just on this visual alone. If 22 degrees is on the line, and you have the 12th house and the first house is the clock going counterclockwise. Where would you put 26 Scorpio? It would be here in the first house. 21 Scorpio would be here in the 12th. So let's try another house just to look here. If I said here that this is 20 degrees of Capricorn and this is the third house on the line of the third house, and I said something was at 19 Capricorn, which house would it be in? It would be in the counter, that would be behind it. If I said 21 Capricorn was where the planet was, it would land in this house. The reason Aquarius is here is because it's right here intercepted. Don't worry about that, but that's where it would land. And you just put the planets where the chart says they would have to be. It's once you get this system down, it makes so much sense, it's ridiculous. Here's 0 degrees Aries on the line of the 5th, and it's 40 minutes. Saturn's at 0 degrees Aries, 37 minutes, so it stays in the house before it. Okay? And then Neptune at 1 degrees Aries goes counterclockwise in the house in front of it. So putting them in your natal chart is doing it in the counterclockwise motion. Okay, that's just how they move. Because we're looking at them from a mirror in space. So we're outside the universe looking down at these planets rolling around. Don't worry about the how. Just do the system, and you'll always be okay with it. You'll always be okay. Yeah, it is a good time for those of you that want to share your gifts. I'm telling you, Lynn, I hope you do. Like, if you have a YouTube channel, you put it up there too. Let us embrace you. You've embraced the 1-2 for so long. And any of you that have something that you're doing, especially in the YouTube universe, we have a powerhouse of people, a network of people. We say, go subscribe. It changes everything. It really does. There's no reason we shouldn't help each other, you guys. There's no reason. It's a time for that. Even though, and this is the inspirational time, this is the fiery part. But if you've got a YouTube thing happening and you want this little community of people to know, let us know. There might be one person listening that goes, oh my gosh, I love that thing. Let me share it with my friends. And it just keeps going viral. I put one of the boys sleeping, many of you saw it, with Cat Stevens singing Morning is Broken. And that's literally how we wake up in the morning. I ran and got my phone and I was like, oh my God, you guys are too cute. And I set it to music, put it up, and it wasn't an hour that it had 1,000 some views. That's helpful. That's helpful if you have a business or if you have a message you want to spread. All right. And you're absolutely welcome. I hope that helps. You all can ask any questions you want. The thing with the chart this week, since it is sort of a benign week, there's not a new moon to talk about, there's not a full moon yet to talk about, is that what we have to go on are any changes of a planet into a different sign. Those are huge. So when Venus changes signs on the 5th, you might feel wonky and go, I thought this was going to be good. That day, it might be wonky. When Mercury changes into, it's going to be Mercury and Jupiter changing into Cancer. This is it. This is the goodbye week to Gemini. This is the goodbye week to the Jupiter and Gemini after a year. And haven't y'all known Geminis have prospered a little bit? Have you seen it? Have you seen the changes that happen? And I don't want us to think of Jupiter as the only good luck planet, quote unquote, good luck. Some of us hate Jupiter transit. They do. It's like if you want a simple life and yet life is picking up for you, that doesn't always feel really good. So we want to have the shifts occur in a way that support us. And sometimes Jupiter feels like it's against us. Just know that. So if you talk to somebody and they're a Gemini and they go, this is the worst year of my life, you'll see why. They were swimming upstream and they didn't like it. Okay. Thank you, Anne. My two Anns. I have such a sweet connection to that name. I had an aunt, Anne, as well. So I think basically we got it covered. I want us to pay attention, just a couple things before we leave. Pay attention to the climate, the geoclimate, because this thing is changing us. Like Jupiter in Cancer is kind of big. It's changing, and the climate is changing, and the awareness is changing. That's why I think this last week we got into I personally I wasn't engaged in a fight, it didn't seem, but it was like huge. People coming at me and an energy being really angry. And I got it. Like, I get it. It's a changing time and we're reflecting that time. And when you feel subconsciously that you're giving something up or that something is changing in a way you don't like, we kind of lash out. But you also have another part that can see that you can flow with this. Like, you can let this chapter of history turn in a way that's loving and supportive and kind, and you can keep bringing that into the picture. I will always advocate that. I will always advocate, let's do what we can to be kind and do what we can to, like, if you're about to lose your temper, try to bite your tongue for a minute and see what you need to do to notch it down a minute. It feels good to release that steam, but as a Scorpio person with a lot of Scorpio, the guilt after, if you do it unconsciously, is not fun. And you don't need to deal with that. Like, you can notice that you're getting angry. It's okay. Anger doesn't have to come with a burst of steam at the end of it. But it can come with some wisdom if you just notice, like, oh, I only fight for something when I need the, agreement, and I'm not really feeling it. So use this fiery time to get your wisdom and get that inspiration happening, because that's going to be the rekindling that I think happens in all of us. And we want to use fire when we have it. Sometimes when the fire goes, when Mars leaves Leo and Venus leaves Aries, there's no, we want the match at least to light something. So use this week as that sort of inspiration. Let's say goodbye consciously to the Venus in Taurus. That's going to be big. Let's see what happens to your food tastes, your physical interests. See what happens. And let's pay a little bit of attention. Right now, it's been all about lighting up and energy and moving. And we're going to see if that shifts. Okay, I'm going to check and see if there's any questions, anybody, how everybody's doing. Please feel free to put your links in the chat room. And then actually someday I'll get a thing together where I can start putting links not only on my astrology page, but on an email. And we just start having a list of people's links. I don't care. I would love to get us all promoted. We're such a sweet community. We've been together for years and years. Why shouldn't we promote each other's stuff? And so those of you that don't know or don't have a YouTube thing, think about getting it. If you have a little business, think about opening a YouTube channel. YouTube is doing this thing where they're promoting small businesses, and they're ruthless about protecting you. They're ruthless. So you can figure it out. There's a ton of videos for it. And then you'll have a link to some of what goes on in your life. Maybe a lot of you already have YouTube channels. House of Pool, there it is, youtube.com/@House of Pool. You have to meet Sahar, you guys. She's delightful. I love my team, and we haven't hired somebody in years, and Sahar just got hired. So take a look at what she's doing. We talk the same language. I just feel connected in such a sweet way to her. I think you're going to feel the same way. And as for the rest of you, you guys touch me like nobody else. Like I told you, when I saw Truly put up her picture, when I see Lynn make these posts, the love and the support and the kindness that emanates. Terry Campbell, Terry's been like an amazing form of support. She's an advisor at One to Listen. She's unafraid. She puts out there her love and kindness in such a sweet way. You guys, I could go on, but I think we're coming together. We're getting prepared for this Jupiter in Cancer. We're coming together again as a group, as a family. And I think it's time that we used our Gemini time to network. And then let's just keep learning and growing. I'll go over next week what's happening with the moon. And yeah, today, if I were to evaluate today, it had an energy that I wanted to more move around. So if you feel me going all over the place, a little bit of that is happening. There's Joanne's post. Thanks for putting it in there. She says it's new, but she's adding more. That's what's happening, you guys. Just all I'm asking you to do, please subscribe. Subscribe doesn't mean I'm now a member of your mailing list. I swear. It just means YouTube sees you've made an interest. There's a bell notification that says notify me when they put new stuff up, and then you will get notified. But the subscribe does not commit you to it. And that's something that they don't explain very well at YouTube. So do subscribe to all of those that you see, that you care about, that you want to be connected to, and we'll do the same. I'm telling my staff, support everyone that supports us. Like, go do it. Like, see, because we know who you are. If you have a YouTube thing, we'll link to you. Okay, let me get my face back up there so I can say goodbye to you consciously. I'm looking at this chart, and so I might as well just be on radio. Thank you for all that you've done and the support you give. The only thing I'm saying is Sunday, it looks like the big day of change, and the 5th, the big day of change for Venus. And what time is it at on the 5th? It's really the 6th. So it's late at night, 9:40 p.m. Pacific time on Thursday. So you're going to wake up with that shift on Friday. And so it'll be interesting to see how you feel it, love it, bring it in, and be kind to yourself mostly. And stay tuned now. Kat Nicholson is up. She's also got her YouTube thing happening. She's followed by Lori Love. She's followed by the amazing Serena. And then we do it all over again tomorrow. Okay, this is Mark Husson. This is Mark Husson's Astrology Hour. Thank you so much for all you are and all you do. I'll see you all next week. Bye-bye.